kind of dangerous. I'm good with danger. We're finally ready for bottling day, and I think I mentioned earlier about checking your thermometers twice. So this one is reading 111 all of a sudden, brand new temperature probe, brand new thermometer. And here, when I use my analog, it said 88, which it is 88 in there. So I decided to use this to calculate how cold the beer is right now. And it's all sanitized. It was in a room that was 67 degrees, and it looks like 62, 64, 66. So perfect. It's 66 degrees, and I am going to use the online calculator to see how much sugar I'm going to put in. I'm going to use brown sugar. Decided to go with brown sugar. So I have everything sanitized in here. The bottles are full of sanitizer. I didn't want it to overflow out of here, so I filled the bottles, and then I'm going to dip them in there right before I bottle it to make sure it's still sanitized. Then I have a little separate one here for my caps that are sanitized as well. Alright, so I'm going to try the priming sugar. I have gone with the brown sugar. 19.48 grams is what I have in here, and I have a half a cup of water to boil, and I'm going to try to mix this in without scorching any of the sugars. But it looks like, I think the water, actually sterilizes the sugar as well. I'm going to mix it in fully, I'm guessing. Put it all in at one time, because half a cup of water, and this is the smallest pot I have. I think you want to use the smallest pot you have to minimize your boil off. So I'm just going to mix all this in. See, there's a lot of smoke coming, a lot of steam coming out of the pot right now. So I am losing some of the water. Those two guys, looks kind of dangerous. I'm good with danger.
I also like to live dangerously.
I'm gonna use this sanitized pitcher to transfer it down into here so I can put my sugar in, mix it with the beer in here. I think I'm gonna have to buy a bottling bucket with a spigot. Make sure it's fully sanitized, dip my hands in the sanitizer. Oh, this is gonna be fun with a single person. I'm gonna try to fill this with sanitizer, then put it in here, then see if I can create a suction with it.
Man, is he dumb. Where do they get these subjects?
Let's see. When you fill it up like that to both ends, this is how you can get your suction started. Just gotta be careful. I have it clamped right there. It's clamped tight. So I'm gonna dump out this end on the back end of the clamp. So that this end is empty after the clamp, this end is full. So I'm gonna sit this in here like this, and I'm gonna put the other end in my sanitizer bucket. Actually, I'll use the beer cap sanitizer bucket because that's easier and closer. I want to see if I can get a suction started. Yeah, that works. Okay. Okay. Yeah, perfect. So I'll tap that off. Yeah, it looks like that's the way to go. And now it's full of beer. So I'm gonna find where the end of this thing is. Okay, there it is. And start pouring it in here and try not to get the trub in here from off the bottom. Yeah, this is gonna be tough with one person, probably. I'm gonna put the tube all the way in the bottom because I don't want to get, we want to keep all the aeration out, I believe. As much air, as least amount of aeration as possible at this point. So here we go, this is working pretty good. Drain this thing all the way down. Then I'm going to tilt it to make sure I don't get any of this trub on the bottom. You don't want any of that nasty going into there. All that's settled. This is actually really cool right now. I can see myself getting into this. This is cool. Oh, it looks like the bottom came out a little bit. It's harder on a dark beer to see where the bottom of your racking cane is. Yep. Ooh. When I start to see some bubbles in it, I don't want that. Putting too much aeration. I'm hoping this is a gallon, and this fits. We might have less bottles if it doesn't. Okay. This is working good, working good. Push it to the corner here. Oh, is it pulling up? How deep am I? Oh, yeah. Alright, so I poured out the rest of it. There's the trub. Yeah. Just drink it. Still smells fantastic. Okay, let's get the sugar in. So I'm about to pour the brown sugar mixture in. Don't want to aerate it too much when you mix it in. So we're gonna pour some in and kind of give it a light mix. I wasn't even thinking straight. I grabbed this straight out of there without sanitizing it. That might be a problem. We'll see how this turns out. I'm gonna put that in my notes that I did that as we pour it in. There goes the brown sugar. I don't know if you can pour it fast or slow or if that makes a difference, but I'll go ahead and pour it slow while I mix. Nice slow steady mix. Okay, so that is mixed. Looking good. Alright, now that that's mixed, we're going to move on to bottling. Alright, time to bottle. I have all the bottles filled with sanitizer. They've been sitting here dwelling, so that's good. And let's try the first one. Alright, I put that all the way in the bottom. Put this all the way in the bottom, and hopefully we get a siphon this time right. Let's see. Let's let go here. And come on, siphon, you got it. Perfect. Okay. So I siphoned it out. Let's bottle. Bottle number 1. Let's see how I can do this where I don't tip the bottle over. Okay. Oh, hey, actually, that actually works. This little spout there works perfectly. So let's start filling this beer. Put it all the way into the bottom. And I lost my siphon. think I need to go higher with this. Or, oh, maybe it wasn't opened all the way. Okay. Yep, it just wasn't opened all the way. Perfect. So I got the tubing all the way down to the bottom of the bottle. I'm gonna see how much headspace it'll leave if I just leave this in here. Oh, got a couple of bubbles there, don't want that. Alright, close it off. Kind of close it off early, but let's see how much headspace. Yeah, I think I'm gonna fill it up almost all the way to the top, and I think that'll give me plenty headspace. Oh, okay, seal it quick. I think that should give me plenty headspace. Yeah, I think that gives me plenty headspace for the carbonation. So, all right, so we'll set this one aside, back here, and then repeat the process over and over again until we get there. Alright, time to get them capped. Got the capper out the sanitizer. It's dripping with sanitizer. Got the caps here in their sanitizer. They've been dwelling since I started this here bottling day. I think this is super easy. Hopefully I don't put enough pressure to break it. I don't know how easy it is to break one of these things, but magnet holds it on. Put it right on top of there. And then close it tight. Press down with equal pressure. And that should be it. Hold it upside down, make sure you don't have any leakage, no air can get in. That one's good. I'm going to continue with the rest. I can do it like this. Let's try to put one on like that and then try to line it up. Oh, that pops up to the top. Okay. I wouldn't recommend doing that. Might throw it off a little bit. Seems best to put it on the magnet first. Equal pressure. I'm giving it a little bit, as you can see, like that's about where it naturally kind of stops. I'm giving it a little bit of an extra push. It seems to be doing okay. I was a little nervous about busting the bottle tops, but okay. So we're back in the room again. Gonna keep the air conditioner here. Same setting, same everything else as when it was fermenting. Got the bottles inside my little storage container that I use for sanitizer. This thing is really coming in handy, this 5-quart for a 1-gallon brew, for a lot of things, I think. Using it as a sanitizer, when I'm done with it, I can store all my equipment in one place because it's all pretty small, all inside of this one little tub here. So I always have my equipment, I'm not gonna lose it. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put this top on it, and it doesn't fit tight. The bottles are poking up. I can lay them down if I wanted to, but I just wanted to put this top on in case any of the bottles do explode. In case there is an explosion, it'll be contained in here. Won't be all over my walls and all over my closet.